redressal of sexual harassment of women at the workplace. In this video, we will learn about the complaint mechanism and registration process under the POSH Act 2013. We will also learn about the inquiry process and the consequences under the POSH Act 2013. Sexual harassment can adversely affect an employee's mental health and work. It is the responsibility of the employer to ensure that there is a proper sexual harassment redressal mechanism in their organization. The POSH Act provides for setting up of an internal complaints committee in the organization for the redressal of sexual harassment complaints. Any employee facing sexual harassment can approach the committee to register a complaint and seek redressal. Apart from the ICC, an employee can register sexual harassment complaint with the local police station or using the online complaint system SheBox. In this lesson, we will be discussing about these mechanisms in detail. Let's begin by looking at a situation. Rashmi is working as a senior consultant in an organization for 5 years. Ms. Sujata is her reporting manager. For the past few days, Sujata has been noticing that Rashmi is behaving differently. She's not focused on her work, appears upset every day, and is taking frequent leaves. Sujata calls Rashmi to her office and asks her if everything is fine. At first, Rashmi hesitates, but upon being asked again, she starts crying. Rashmi tells Sujata about Deepak, her colleague, who has tried to sexually assault her when she was working late at night. Rashmi didn't want to tell this to anyone, fearing shame. Sujata consoled her and told her about the POSH Act. She told her that they also have an internal complaints committee or ICC where she can register a complaint against Deepak. What process should Rashmi follow in order to file a complaint against Deepak? What are the rules and responsibilities of the ICC? A woman facing sexual harassment can register a complaint with the ICC. The complaint mechanism followed by the ICC involves 6 stages, which are further divided into 15 steps. The first stage is when ICC receives the complaint. The steps included in this stage are receiving and acknowledging the complaint, meeting and talking to the aggrieved women, and exploring options of formal or informal redressal. The second stage is carefully planning for the next stage, that is, preparing the file, planning and making assumptions like granting leave to the aggrieved women, etc. The third stage is planning interviews or hearings with the accused, aggrieved, and the witnesses, and gathering relevant information. The fourth stage is reasoning. In this stage, the ICC will review the information received, create a timeline of the events occurred, and assess the statements made by interviewees. The fifth stage is arriving at a conclusion and making appropriate recommendations. The sixth and the last stage in the complaint mechanism is writing the inquiry report. Now, let's take a look at other roles and responsibilities of the Internal Complaint Committee. The ICC serves 2 purposes. It conducts an inquiry on the sexual harassment cases at the workplace. It also generates awareness and takes preventive measures to ensure that the work environment is safe and conducive to the participation of women employees. The ICC has to submit an annual report to the employer, which includes cases filed or resolved every calendar year. The POSH Act also suggests penalties for the accused if found guilty in the inquiry process. Depending on the severity of the case, he will be charged with major or minor penalties. Major penalties include demotion, deduction in salary, compulsory retirement, and removal or suspension from service. The respondent has to pay the compensation amount either in lump sum or in installments. Minor penalties include written apology, censure, warning, withholding of promotion, increment or appraisal, reduction to a lower pay scale for up to 3 years, and recommendation for counseling or community services. If the aggrieved woman is not satisfied with the decision made by ICC, she can make an appeal against it as per the service rules. In the absence of service rules, she can appeal against ICC's decision in the Labour Court. The appeal should be filed within 90 days from the date of the decision or recommendation made by the ICC. Sexual harassment can lead to serious mental and health issues to the affected person. It can affect her work and financial conditions also. Some of the consequences of sexual harassment are mental and physical suffering, loss in income and career opportunity, unnecessary medical expenses, low confidence and faith, adverse effect on work productivity. It is the responsibility of the HR department to ensure that the employees have the confidence to raise an issue related to sexual harassment and they feel safe in the organization. Now that you know about the process of redressal of sexual harassment complaint under the POSH Act, what do you think should Rashmi do in this situation? Rashmi shouldn't have felt ashamed or taken days off from work, as it wasn't her fault in the first place. Rashmi should have told Deepak that his activities were unwelcome and unpleasant and he should stop. Rashmi should have discussed the incident with her family, friends, colleagues or the HR person to seek their support. The POSH Act 2013 has ensured that all the working women are safe and protected at their workplace and the perpetrators are penalized and punished.